Good morning, I'm Tina from Stan's Pals, and today we're going to have some fun. We're going to set up a really good spider home for spiderling. So we need some stuff. Here it is. There's some of the things that we're going to use. We're going to base it in this insect terrarium, which I think looks really cool. It's got lights. I think it's going to look really good, but we're going to make it bioactive, so we're going to use some plants. Now, you can't just nip to the shop and get the plants, sadly. These plants have been raised here and have had no insecticides, no plant food, nothing. They've just been raised naturally using totally safe for reptiles things. The first stage is getting the base right, so you can see that in the bottom I've put in some substrate. This is made from a mixture of these two with a small handful of topsoil. I had to make sure that this didn't have added fertilisers or anything like that. I find the own brand Wix one works quite well. You'll also see there's little bits of leaf litter in there, stuff like that, and that's because it's been standing for a while. I've added a few bits of leaf. There's also some springtails in there, a few wood lice, and this will help provide the basis of my bioactive enclosure. I'm really looking forward to this. Obviously this enclosure is not big enough for Norman when he becomes fully grown, but it's a good starting point. I like to have them to have a smaller home first and then expand it when they get bigger, because it means that I can see them, check they're okay, and notice them easier than looking for them in a really big enclosure. So you're not going to be able to see this bit too well, but I need both hands, so I'm sorry. Basically what I've done is get all the plants settled in, so you can see I've tried to group them across the back. That gives me room then for other bits and pieces. So I've got 2 succulents and a spider plant in there. People say to me, oh, but the plants don't last very long. Well, sometimes they do. The succulents will last really well. The spider plant might not do so well, but realistically it doesn't matter because it's quite good fun to do, so you can always do it again. So there's my plants, and I'm going to add in, if it fits, this piece of artificial bark, and that's to give my spider something to hide in. I'm not too sure if it's going to fit. So that's that settled in, and then I'm going to try and see if I can fit in this water bowl. I think this might be too big. We might have to, see, this is the problem. I'll look for something smaller. So I'll go and have a look for something smaller, and then I'll give you a better view shortly. Okay, with a little bit of fiddling about, I've managed to get the bark in. I hope you can see it. I know the reflection isn't great. So we've got a piece of fake bark to give the spider somewhere to hide. Nice little hole for him to go through there. And then the plants are behind it. And then we couldn't fit the water bowl in, and this is where using your ingenuity works. That's an empty Coke bottle lid that's been washed out. Let's see if we've got any water left in this can. Yeah. Doesn't matter that it's going on the soil, obviously, because we want the soil to be damp as well. We'll just leave a little bit of it in the water bowl as well for our spider. So now we're ready to show you Noel. Noel is our white-kneed tarantula. Let's just move that over a bit so you can see him. If you can see there, there's Noel. Noel has been with us for 3 or 4 weeks now. He started off the size of my little fingernail. Now, as you can see, he's much bigger and he's ready for his new home. So I'm going to pop him in here. I want to do it quite gently, and I'm going to take a little bit of his moss with me. Oh no, in your pot. Are you going in there? See, down there. He doesn't want to leave his current home. There we go. I'm going to put some of his current substrate in as well. Just going to drop that in. Now, no might, I'm going to have to uncover the water bowl. I've just realised I've tipped it on that. Noel might bury himself anyway, because that's how he'll make himself feel safe. There's the little water dish. We'll fill that with water again shortly. But Noel gets to investigate. I don't know if you can see him there, because of the reflections. You can just make him out. He's over here. He's now got a much bigger home, so he's got a lot of exploring to do. It'll also be quite stressful for him because it's such a major change. So he might dig down and hide in here, but that doesn't matter. We'll make sure that it's totally secure so he can't get out, so we know he won't be lost, but he can go off and investigate. We need to wipe this off when we've finished. So here's the lid. I'm going to pop the lid on. And then I need to move so we can plug everything in and get it lit up so you can see it in all its glory. So I'll be back shortly.